Today is the 18th and I'm out here marking the table, and it's about 2:15 Mountain Daylight Time, and I look over at this armillary and I see that we're on the middle. So that's just telling me that the lines are still curved because it'll change now as the day gets longer. But I see this is our timeline right here that tells us what time it is. This moves across here, tells us the time. This one tells us the season. So the east-west tells us the time. So it's about 2:15, and I measured from the middle point to this point, and it was 2 inches and 2¼ inches. And it was 2:15 on my clock. I thought, well, how interesting is that? And there's also 2 days left before the equinox. So I'm going to kind of keep a watch on that and see. I mean, I just thought that was interesting that it was 2 hours into this past midday and it drops down and we have 2 days left. So is that another shadow that indicates telling us how many days we have left? So it dropped down at around the 2 o'clock hour. So just interesting observation. Okay, so I just came out here and marked the table and thought I would come and check the armillary. It just now is 3 o'clock, and we can see that the line has now dropped below the middle mark. So we are now below it. So that is telling me still that the shadows are arched and not a straight line today. That would have been a straight line all day had it been the equinox of the straight line shadows. And we can see here we're at the 3 o'clock point. Of course, it's daylight savings time. So, but I did measure that, and now it's 4 inches. So we've only changed an hour, but we've gained quite a bit of measurement there. So, but we're starting to come into the curve. So it was just interesting. And we'll see how that continues to drop down through the till sundown, and then tomorrow morning we'll come up, and what we'll look at sunrise is this side, and we'll see where the shadow is lying right up here. We saw this morning it was still way up high, so we'll see what that looks like tomorrow morning. But just an interesting observation that 2 hours out and I was right on there, and 2 days left according to calculation. So just interesting observations, and that's what we're out here doing, just making observations, journaling, keeping track, and just learning how to apply them to Yahweh's calendar and determining his appointed times. Shalom, shalom. Sun just came up not too long ago, and on the 19th. So I can just already tell by the armillary and where the shadow line is. See how it's moving. If I can get out, quit making a shadow. This line here, how it's still not straight. You can see its angle still curved. When it comes down straight, and that will be the equinox, but right now it's still curved. I came out here to see if it was on the table yet, and not quite. Probably another 10 or 15 minutes we'll be able to start marking the table. So the armillary is already telling me that today is not the equinox, but we're going to still go ahead and mark the table so we can see the progression of the sun and how it moves. It's very educational just to plot it, and we can just see how it moves, and it's going to be dropping down a little bit today. But definitely not the equinox today. We'll still do our midday readings, but I can just tell by the morning sun this already we're not there yet. We'll check in later. Have a great day. Shalom, shalom. Keifa, the bearded one, has been out here all morning, bless his heart. He took over my duties for me today. And we're red today, and we can see that it has been a straight line all morning. We are at solar midday here, so this is the reading on the table today. Looks pretty straight to me. He's going to plot it on out. It'll run off the table just a little after 5 p.m. our time. The armillaries. Now we have been setting our armillaries with this protractor, and I was having problems with it sticking. So in order to make sure that all the readings were correct today, here I've leveled everything out, we picked up a electronic inclinometer, and so we've got it set, and this is our center. This one we have set, so we just confirming today is definitely the straight line shadows. So this is our New Year's Eve. Tomorrow marks 5th day of creation and celebration day. Oh, we can see where the shadow is. We're going to put mark our line right here. This is where, watching this one right here, Equinox. Keifa's gone to get a hammer. I want to mark it so it doesn't lose its place. So here we are, straight line shadows today. Like I was saying, tomorrow would be considered what the scriptures call Aviv 1. Please understand, Aviv 1 is the 5th day. It is called Tamayin. It is the first day of spring. Tamayin is what Enoch calls it. It has a name. It has a place. And that is tomorrow, tomorrow's celebration. Today is, if you look at the compass, if you look at the 360, today is the 360 and the 0. It's not the 1. Even though time starts today, Shabbats and feast days are set today. Tomorrow is the first full day of spring, and that is what we celebrate as Aviv 1. First full day of spring, Tamayin. So, everybody have a blessed year, and we will come out and see what they look like at midday tomorrow, just to see how far it's dropped down and what it's doing. So till then, we just want to wish you shalom, shalom.